I feel so bloated and gross. What is good, people? What is good, Red? I see you, my boy. I don't feel well. I feel so bloated. Man, I usually fast and I eat at night, and then I'm done. It's like 9 or 8 p.m. and I'm ready to be done. You know what I mean? But I had to eat in the middle of the day because it was my niece's birthday, so we had a party and all that stuff. Unless I was willing to just be like, no food, and skip out on all the delicious food at that party, I had to eat in the middle of the day. But now I just feel like to try to squeeze in 3,000 calories and then do anything afterwards, you're just in a food coma where you're like, ugh. So your boy is doing about as well as you might think. But yeah, Red says been there. That's my God. I have someone empathize with. Thank you. Also, I still feel hella sick. Like I feel like dehydrated as hell. Oh, I think you're bloated, but also dehydrated. What a feeling. What a feeling. But ladies and gentlemen, today we have so many things to do. I feel like I'm in a haze. Maybe a shorter stream. Who knows? But we have to do maybe the raid. We have to do our dailies. We have to burn our resin because there's an event that gives you more joint operation points, which I should have burned most of it yesterday, and I didn't. Because that was when Crow's and King's artifact was up. Or Matrixy, whatever's up. Ugh. At least we don't have a whole ass event to do. So that was what was like. This event is literally just like go through the paces, get more value, that kind of thing. So positives, yes. And yeah, we're just gonna have a great time. Hopefully streaming. That's it. Hopefully we're gonna get after it. I feel so goddamn. But let's do it. Guy here, jump in. Start with our dailies. Our daily grind. I have never used this before. I've always just used my keyboard and went back and forth weirdly. But, Red, how was your day, my boy? Was it good? Oh, we're maxed out on resin. Let's take a break and quickly do one of those. I think I have one more of these to do before I reach my cap, so we'll run over and do this. Also give us a minute, just a little bit of time. Grind up, you know what I mean? Go. Ooh, you logging in? You gonna play with me today? Hell yes. We got so much to do. I don't know if I'm gonna make everything happen. Red says I slept all day, woke up around 4 p.m. That sounds beautiful, Red. I did the same thing actually, kind of. Not 4 p.m., but I usually wake up at 8. And recently I've been feeling so tired and sick recently that I've kept pushing it just a little bit by little. But now we're at the point where today I woke up at 11:30. Instead of 8, and man, it's such a weird feeling because it's like, I mean, Saturday or Sunday, it would have been fine if I didn't have to go to like my niece's birthday party this today, and like hang out and like talk for like 3 hours essentially, or however long it was, which just eats up all of your day, you know what I mean? So you're kind of like, oh, so not only did I sleep and wasted half of my day, but then also an engagement took up the other half, so then you're like, oh, I was supposed to do shit today. Like, for instance, there was supposed to be, I might still try to upload it. I don't know. I have a video that's basically this week in Tower of Fantasy, which I wanted to upload Friday, but then videos kept piling up on top of that. And then I wanted to upload that today, because it's like last week's news, so to upload it Monday morning would be kind of strange, but then everything happened today, so I'm like, should I save it for tomorrow? What do you guys think? Should I save that a weekly update of Tower Fantasy for Monday, kind of looking back at the previous week, or just push it out tonight and try to get people to see it? It's never a good idea to like preface content. Is like get it out. You want to prime it and give it the best chance they possibly can at life. What is good, Lone Syndicate? I did see you, my boy. We're in a food coma today. I say we're because, you know, we suffer together here. All that. I also have a whole ass cup of coffee, which I probably should drink sooner rather than later. But yes. Lone Syndicate says, what's up, Grin? What's up, Lone Syndicate? How are you this fine day? What do you get up to today, this morning, etc.? Habop. Nub says, I just finished eating, so I'll approve of we. Oh man, I think I had 6 pieces of pizza, a cupcake, and a whole ass pudding cup with I'm not sure if you guys know this. This may make some of you like have a trip down Halloween party express. But do you guys remember those like they were like pudding cups, but they had like ground Oreo cookies at the bottom, a line of like yogurt, like or not yogurt, chocolate. Not was it chocolate yogurt? Not yogurt. It's chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding, crumbly Oreo cookies, another layer of chocolate pudding, and then they put like a little wiggly worm on there, like a little gummy worm on there. And I remember eating it every Halloween party we went to at Halloween. I don't know if it's just Canadians or if it's just people who I surround my whole family surrounds himself with. Everyone's a freak when it comes to Halloween. so it's like an event whenever there's Halloween happening. Anyways, but I remember that vividly. Trip down memory lane where I was like, ooh, as a kid, you just fucking got a bunch of chocolate all over your face and you're just like, I am alive. I am speed. What do we got to do on the chopping block? Red. We got resin the burn we could do. I also got my dailies, but I guess I'll save that to the last go of it. We also got Fortress Clash. Let's burn resin. Let's burn resin in the meantime. I guess the only one that looks valuable is to do this one with Samir. Samir's matricing might be good. Everyone else's kind of looks okay, you know? Nub says also you can just claim to use the royal we. What does royal we mean? Well, says, well, Grin, a video like that is kind of only relevant for a certain period of time. I would say you could upload it tonight. That makes sense. Yeah, we might go with that then. Also, I just had dinner as well, and I had chicken curry with white rice. Ooh, it sounds good. Did you eat 3,000 calories in one sitting? Kind of good though, because that's also what I mean by we. I mean, like I ate that at 1 and it's 5, but I still fucking stupid full. It's a whole royal. You gave me a fucking Wikipedia link, nub. You psychopath. The royal we, majestic plural of royal. I got it. It's. I'll just trust that you can. There's a royal we that encompasses everything, and doesn't require your fucking validation. Okay. I get it. That's what we're gonna go with. What's good, Bolty? All right, let's do some of this. We just gotta get things done. Checking them off list. Oh, I feel so bloated. I feel dehydrated as fuck, though. You know what I mean? Like it's like terrible. You're like bloated, but then you're also like thirsty. So then you just drink, and then you're like, oh, I'm more bloated now because of the water. Can we do 2 trials for? Okay, well, shit, Red. Sorry, just seen that message. Yay. What 2 trials? You mean like the Fortress Clash in Void Rift? Because Void Rift we could do it. We would just have to matchmake with random people because we need 2 people to fill up them slots. Lone Saints, my day was good. Played some Death Verse. Got 2 wins earlier today. Man, you guys just get hella wins. And another win just now bringing me up to 40 wins in total. Golly. Do you find your experience with Death Verse is an easier multiplayer experience or a harder multiplayer experience for, like, say, COD or something? Any other multiplayer experience you have? Is it easier or is it harder? I feel like it'd be very variable. I feel like you could, like, unlike Call of Duty, where like the time to kill is so high that you're kind of like, ugh, could just get melted immediately. Whereas everything else, it could just get real bad real fast. Like you could instantly get killed. In COD, whereas in Death Verse, you basically could take forever to die. So like if you had one person who's really good at blocking and shit and knew how to perfectly pace things out, then it could be rough. But I feel like it'd be random. Like sometimes you'll get smashing people, and other times it'll be difficult. Oh. Lone Syndicate says, I don't know about 3,000 calories, but maybe a good 1,000. That's solid. That's solid. 1,000's a good bit. Good bit. That's like a solid meal. Again, I think most people are supposed to have 2,000 calories a day, given your height and etc. And also exercise sequence. But yeah, so that's like a 1,500 calories. And usually people snack, so it's that 5,000 or 500 will probably be in the middle of there. Probably. With that being said, though, they're also, like, it's a meme, but it's, like, American portions, you know what I mean? A little bit different. So, Dev. Red says dimensional trials. Oh, we want to do 2 dimensional trials first? I already did one this morning, but we can do it again. Actually, I might be only able to do one more. Well, I already did the dimensional trials, so that you cannot not cash in dimensional trials, which is shitty. I would love to do it if you could not, but it will take my resin basically. So I can deplete my resin before we go do 2 more dimensional trials. That'd be great. Nev says, oddly enough, this habit is something in every culture. Oh, wait, sorry. TLDR, Royal referred to oneself as we, even if they are in a single individual. Oh, is that person not getting healed? You get him, nice. Okay. Even if they are a single individual, gotcha. Oh, I died. I died because I was looking at shit. I'm sorry. It's getting bad. Thank you. I hope we can get to a day in Tower of Fantasy where it's not like you have to pay attention every goddamn minute, you know what I mean? You can just autopilot and take W's. Also, man, I don't know what it is. It's... I love my family to bits. They're great. This is not a moment where I'm going to follow it up by ripping them up. But it's just a shitty circumstance. But a lot of my family have jobs that basically line them up with being around a lot of people that are either on a lot of drugs and they're monitoring them, or they're in a hospital in which they're surrounded with a bunch of people who are also just physically sick. One it's just rough in terms of immune system and body taxation, and then the other one is hospital type stuff. Needless to say, with each one of them having like 2 kids minimum, and we have a big family that always has birthday parties. Every time we go to a get together, some motherfucker is sick. So it's just, no one gives a shit. Like no one thinks to themselves, hey, maybe we should step back, or maybe I shouldn't go to this party if I'm sick. No, it's like, nah, family. You know what I mean? and so each time we have a get together, I have yet to get out of a get together and I felt great. I was like, oh my god, I feel so good. It's like, no, I got infected. I got sick again. Pain. Nub says, oddly enough, this habit is something in every culture. What habit? The we? Like, we is the people. For the last hour, I figured out a way to only my game audio in Streamlabs. Oh, only record your audio, your game. Oh yeah. There's weird things you can do with that in Streamlabs. You could ask me, Bolty. I know a lot of good stuff about OBS and Streamlabs, etc. Yeah, you have to set up a channel and stuff like that. There's a lot of content creators able to, like, you'll see them like bopping their head, and then like in the VOD that goes on YouTube, it's dead silent, and you're like, this is weird. It's very weird. Also, American portion is practically a myth. Yes. How much do you want? Yes. Is that what you mean now? With that being said, though, I think Canadians go hard in the paint as well, or pretty hard in the paint too. But it's usually like stuff like poutine, where it's like, it's kind of just like, there's no way you can eat poutine and not like fuck yourself up. You know what I mean? Like be like in a food coma, because it's just cheese, potatoes, and fried shit. You know, it's delicious, but it's anyone who's like, I'm gonna have poutine and like be a functioning member of society afterwards. It's like, I'm not sure about that. I feel like it takes it out of you, but maybe just me and my weak digestive system, which frankly is not even a joke. It's legit. Also, I don't know if we're gonna be able to kill this thing, because the other one gave us a little bit of grief. But maybe. Oh, never mind. It's 3v1. Great. Not 4v1 like it should be. Son of a bitch. Ye of little faith. Also, it is annoying that they don't give people the opportunity to actually like join in and like fill a slot essentially. Yeah. You feel it'll also be cool if it'd be great if you did manage to kill the boss and was able to do it. Then you'd just be able to like run back and get all the other chests. You know, hopefully they spawn in, or they keep the chests in the pretext, because that'd be pretty sweet. Although maybe it could also, well, no, I don't know. Theoretically, people would just, I don't know, people could gamify it. People could gamify it, but I don't think they would. What's good, derp? We together, derp, are in a food coma today as a stream. If you are not in a food coma, go eat enough food to be in a food coma, okay? Or to think back at a time when you were in a food coma and you were just like, oh, it's so hard to exist. What do you call it? Nub says, my family rarely gets sick. Lucky. Lone Secret says, well, for me, I find it easier to compare to the game like COD or even Fortnite, but I would vary for person to person. Oh, you do find it easier than COD or Fortnite or something like that. That's interesting. Yeah, but isn't Fortnite one of those weird ones where like there's a shocking amount of people who play Fortnite that are like esports level of insanity in terms of just like a kid that's like 8 years old, but just like this is all he does every day, which is just kind of the nature of everything in video games. There's always like a small child in Taiwan just gonna rip you up in any video game you play, which might be a little racist, but anyways, I mean, it's a positive sentiment. It's not negative entirely, but maybe it's still not okay. I don't know. Weapons for varying patterns. When I'm bloated, I feel tired. I slept so much today, so it doesn't make sense why I'm still tired, but I'm sick. I think that's what's up. Weapons to remember patterns that don't have to worry about armor, which makes fights somewhat easier, but when PvP is hard to predict how actual players versus AI, yeah, unlike Let It Die. Actually, no, even Let It Die had some tricky AI, I think, at least for me in terms of games AI. But, like you said, not having to pay attention to like, oh, that's a really resistant to pierce armor type. Holy shit, you know? Also, I can't believe we've actually made a dent in the man's armor. Wild. Also, watched half an episode of Overlord because so much happened today. But, still good. Season 3 has a significant better pace. Oh no! Oh, one of our DPS queens and kings, mostly queen. Well, I don't know, whatever you want to be called. Red died, basically. No! I died as well. Ooh, my dear, you will have to be fighting the whole thing. I also cannot call for help because I'm terrible. I'll be honest, I really don't like joint operations when like as an end game thing right now. It could just be me, but like it just feels exhausting to do. You know what I mean? And then people could argue, well, then just do an easier version, but then the rewards are so stacked to do like harder versions. I don't know. I find them to be pretty like, come on, man. Jesus Christ, do you really have to make this annoying? Like, take a page from Genshin, which is like, you can do it. It's not like this where you're sitting there for 20 minutes melting a shield, you know? Oh, throw up. I went to a really nice Japanese restaurant recently, and oh my god, I love actual ramen so much. Is there a reason why you say actual in the sense that like most ramen is not actual ramen, therefore it's disgusting and gross and not worth it, etc.? I would assume that's why you say actual ramen. I have yet to have any ramen, but also I'm both. I like a lot of things, but I'm also very picky in the sense that I like things, but the level in which I like things will not. The convenience of making a rice for your boy is just too easy to be like, this is enough for me. The deliciousness I get out of steak and all this stuff, it's just like, I mean, I don't know, man. Rice you can make in a couple seconds. It's there. It fills you up. is solid. You know what I mean? You put some ketchup on that. Whew, so good. Yes. We'll do one of these. Do one of these. All right, I guess we missed. We're almost there. Ugh. Fuck this stupid thing. Alright, I'm gonna try to do some coffee. Hopefully that gives me some oomph. See if that's gonna make you throw up vigorously. I should stir it up more. Ugh. Oh. Oh. Why am I so thirsty yet bloated? Nub says all rice is the same. Well, I heard a lot of people say that rice is I don't know, it's like some sort of weird fake rice that they genetically made, but people are like, it's not good for you. And I'm like, I don't know, man. The whole take on, what is it called? Like, that is synthetic rice. So that's like, that's got something on it. I don't know, but like people, there's word for like things that we have made, like bananas or something we've genetically altered in a way that's not organic. That's what it is, organic. And it's just like, I don't know. To me, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? That was also the other thing I heard a long time ago, which I thought was frustrating, is I heard a lot of people say that things like potatoes and whatnot are like a terrible carb or something like that. But then I dug into why people say that kind of stuff. The same thing with rice and whatnot. And it's because it's basically a carb that's just a carb without having a lot of nutritional, like, vitamins and nutrients in it, etc. But then I was thinking, well, couldn't you just have, like, a vitamin tablet that basically has your daily amount of vitamins you need in it, and then just have as much rice as you want? And I looked into it, and it's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. Like, what? Like, it's just a bunch of fucking nonsense. People are crazy. Everyone's trying to sell you shit. Maybe there's a valid reason, but everything I tried to find and look into, because I genuinely wanted to know what the fuck's wrong with people. Because, like, people have been eating rice for decades, and it's like, what? How are they not all dead from the way that people are making rice sound like a potent hell fucking death thing? And it's, yeah, if you only eat rice, then yeah, you're not having any nutritional value. But if you have just one of these fuckers, just a men's multivitamin, you're fine. Calm down. You know, people are crazy. What are we doing next? Well, I guess we could try doing that one more time. I'll burn all my resin this time, regardless of her chest. What do I have, actually? Do I have enough? I think I have enough to go all in. I'm falling apart, boys. I have my eyes watering for no reason. I'm starting to get sweaty. Red says, rip, I didn't either. Even the hard ones are not reward. I know, man. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like it's like, I don't know. I don't like the, again, I prefer Genshin's, like, you just get by it. Like, it just feels too long. Like, I'm fine with them adding, like, more things that are dangerous. Like, if a boss, instead of, like, increasing the boss's health, they put a grid that just kept going back and forth with, like, death lasers. And if you touched one of them, you were, like, heavily dead. Or hurt really badly. I'm fine with all that. That's fine. You know what I mean? But as long as the boss's health is, like, can at least be melted down, so that aggression can be rewarded. But right now it's just like, no, it's just like damage caps, and it's just all CS, which, you know, gotcha game hellscape kind of shit. But, you know, oh, it's so hot in my room. Bodhi says, I agree with joint operations. Yeah, everyone's over them. Everyone's like, this sucks. This is bullshit. Lodziga says, but I will say I have been a bit addicted to Deathverse for the multiplayer experience. The game are short, and the game lasts a max of 10, a max of like 10 minutes or so. You find it rewarding when you do good, trying all weapons and uploading clips on Discord. Yeah. Hopefully I can gas you up a little bit more so it's even more rewarding. But yes. Also, that's a really cool outfit. I did not know that. Who is that person wearing? That's a real dope-ass looking outfit. Clean. Okay, well, this is the first time it's happened to me. Don't look at me. We can redeem ourselves by doing this. I seen somebody do this shit. Get fucked. Get fucked. Trash. It was a cool skip I seen someone do, and I was like, damn, I'm taking that. Thank you very much. That's what it is. Yeah, Derby got GMOs, aka all broccoli and corn. Is that what it is? Is that what the rice is? I thought it was like, yeah, the way they made it describe it was like, but also the way they describe GMOs or whatever it was called, this rice, this fake rice thing. To me, it was like, they make it sound like so disgusting and horrible, but it was like made for like people who were in famine, like starving to death. And like, you just got a bunch of Western countries being like, fucking disgusting. How could they be? This is genetic made bullshit. And then you have like people who are dying on the brink of death, who are like nutritionally declining, etc. And then they're like, hey, fuckface, that actually saved my whole fucking life, you psychopath. Do you know what starvation does? It makes people eat their children and shit. It's horrible. So the fact that people are like, yeah, we'll genetically spice a couple fruit and shit together to save a people. And then the Western world's like, disgusting. How could they? Chemicals, yucky. And I'm like, fucking shut up. Shut up. Anyways. Derp says, I eat a lot of packaged ramen, but they're very different. Okay, yeah, because I like noodles too. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone's similar, but like, I feel like that way with food. Where like, I like food a lot. But there's only one food that to me has made it, like, I would go out of my way to eat kind of thing. Otherwise, I think food can taste really good, but the convenience factor for me with eating is pretty huge. Like, if I could just eat something, there was a pill that had your entire daily allotted calorie intake with all the nutrients that you could ever need in it, and you just swallow it and taste like nothing, I would do it. Because to me, it's just the convenience, pop, pop, done, easy breezy. You know what I mean? Your stomach would probably shrink up unless you weren't drinking sufficient water, but yeah. Anywho, I would love doing that. But the one thing that stands above all that is, to me, just anything nachos, tacos, anything like that. I love. Yeah. Love, that's my, like, okay. I'll keep food in my life, you know what I mean? Lone Singlet says, what is your favorite type of rice, Grin? That's my whole thing, is I don't really care. To me, honestly, bleached. Fucking scientifically altered. Get rid of all the color in that bitch. Just, that's my favorite rice. I'm kidding, but I really, to me, it's just convenience is what I'm mainly bringing it up for. Also, yikes. Yikes. Well, I opened up one chest, so, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we tried a bunch of rice. There was like the healthy rice. It's funny. There was like healthy rice that like years later we find out was absolutely not healthier than white rice. Brown rice was like, I think it was brown rice. It was way worse. And it was just, yeah, Red says fun. Yeah, let's just do the second easier one just to get through it. Cause I'm patience wearing thin. This one at least we're the right limit for. So there's that. Hopefully I'll be able to kill it. Oh. Oh. Nope says, I'll take all the inorganic shit any day. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, well, again, to me, it's bullshit because, again, like, to me, it's the same thing as exercise, which is the thing that frustrates me so much about, like, the exercise community, is the exercise community seems like it's largely about suffering and less about actual, like, gaining muscle structure that's going to actually be maintainable. Same thing with food and dieting. Like, I get really annoyed about the food and, like, the whole industry, essentially, because so many things from the last, like, couple decades have been proven to be wrong. And shocker, human bodies and what they can digest and what their body finds an easier time digesting is actually quite the spectrum and pretty different for a lot of people. But largely, same thing as when it comes to exercise, or not exercise, losing weight. It's just about being at a calorie deficit, or maintaining your calorie input. And there's various ways that people do that. And then you can kind of tell by the fucky answers or solutions that people have, like only drink juice, this is a juice diet, that that's probably flawed in some way. Because you can't just drink juice whenever you do that, and there's probably going to have a rebound effect because your body's hungry for calories, and when you finally start introducing calories back into your body, it just goes downhill. But yeah. But to me, on the topic of like, people talking about preservatives and stuff like that, to me, it's like, I feel like in the like, it's not like these things have just been being used recently. So the fact that like you have a grandpa that was able to basically like push past 90 or something, and had like smoked cigarette. Yeah. So there's a genetic baseline, essentially. It seems like it's quite fucky. Continue. Oh, I'm roasting. Nub says, wait, broccoli are not genetically like that? I don't know about, I've never heard about broccoli, but I've heard about bananas. I've seen it, like, when you see an original, like, Amazonian banana or something like that, it's got fucking big-ass black seeds in it, and it's just like, ugh, it's terrible. I'm like, Tim, give me the genetically spliced shit. Like, what are we talking about? Like, just because something is found naturally in nature does not mean that you're better off eating it. Like, it's a nonsense perspective, at least to me. Like, eat that fucking banana then. Like, what are we doing? Like, science, like, it's like, but also, the thing that I get frustrated is, like, this word synthetic, like, oh, man-made or man-shaped, it's not shaped by nature. And I'm like, do you realize fucking nature is, like, trying to kill, like, what do you think coronavirus and shit was? It, like, yeah, or not, maybe there's an argument with that, but regardless, say something else. There's so many things in nature that are they fucking suck. They're like, they're still, like, that's the thing. Like, this year, the weather is just popping off in a fucking nightmarish hell way, and it's like, this is the world, baby. This is what not man-made looks like. It's horrible. It's devastating. Well, apparently broccoli is also the same as champs as bananas, where it's not real? Really? Shit. I don't know, that's cool. Elizabeth says, also, Grin, are you ready for Ruby in 4 days? What? Is Ruby in 4 days? I better make that video quickly. I did see a video of a person talking about Ruby, by the way, which is quite helpful. Ooh, you way ahead of me. Well, let's not talk about it. Anyways, I did see a video talking about Ruby. It did look pretty rad. A person was talking about how Ruby did get scaled down, but she still should be really good. The person did make a point to talk about how bad Cobalt B was in terms of fire comp at endgame. So if you're into min-maxing, Cobalt B apparently doesn't have many legs. Or she did if she ever gets put in a standard banner and you can basically get pulls or copies of her. But until then, Cobalt's in a really rough place. But Ruby apparently is still like one of the best single target DPSs. And what the guy said really, to me, was like, okay, perfect. Was the one thing I deeply want right now is someone that I can just switch to their weapon and play. And apparently Ruby's that, where like her single target normal damage is incredibly high. So her E got scaled down a little bit, her bunny I think got scaled down a little bit, stuff like that. But her charge got scaled down a little bit. But her normal attack is staying the same. And her normal attack was actually one of the things that was also pretty crazy about her. So for me, the fact that I can like run around, do my dailies, see like an enemy, and then within like 2 laser blasts just nuke him down, that to me sounds pretty fucking satisfying. But yeah, I don't know if there's any leaks on Reddit that have talked about who's coming next, but if it is Lynn, then yikes. Hopefully it's dual wield katana person. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Derb says broccoli was kind of invented in a lab, like we made it. It's not naturally grown. Fuck yeah, though, man. Broccoli is great for you. Like, isn't that the thing, though? Like, broccoli is, like, notoriously good for you. And even now, within the dawn of time, people still say, like, broccoli is the shit. Like, it's like, like, everything in the food health, like, the American food health thing was just completely wrong, basically. And specifically in regards to, like, carbs and shit like that. And meats is actually pretty good for you to have a lot of. But everything was wrong. But broccoli seems to still be like, actually, this is a food that's pretty good for you, all things considered. I'll be honest, people who can eat broccoli just straight up raw, you're an animal. I don't know what that is, but broccoli when it's steamed and it's like nice and soft, you put some olive oil and shit on that, some salt, ooh, Oh, fucking broccoli be delicious. That little broccoli clove sucks up flavor like crazy. Although, I don't know what it is, man. I still can't get into tomatoes. Even when I get older, like most of them, some of your palate changes as you get older. I still can't get into tomatoes. Tomatoes fuck me up. They feel, I'm a big texture person. If it feels like slime, I just can't. I'm a bitch. I'm just like, it's gross. It tastes gross. It tastes like I'm eating like vomit or slime and ugh. Not for me. Renova says, actually, I'll say it. I like regular food rice. Fuck sticky rice. Yeah, I don't really care, I guess. To me, I don't know if rice has the strongest taste ever. I mean, I feel like rice is more of a texture thing. Lone Spigot says, juice diet, no thanks. Well, the juice diet, again, it kind of, the way it answers the problem of being in a calorie deficit kind of makes sense because the calories are so, there's so many calories in juice. But if you're only eating juice, it's actually like, yeah. Also, there's a thing with the body where you can't really, well, actually, you can consume a lot of liquid actually. So that's why like people talk about how it like, yeah, if you like beer is one of the more deceptive things because it's just so fucking jacked up with calories, to where most people will gain a fuck ton of weight if they keep drinking. And yeah. But also, it's funny because things go hand in hand. You usually are not supposed to drink alcohol on an empty stomach. So usually if you do, you'll start to get drunk really fast. But then you'll also feel like, oh, I shouldn't drink on an empty stomach. So then you'll eat and you're just like doubling down on a fuck ton of calories all at once. So yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of things like keto and things like that, which, or like anything that like limits your carb intake, with the exception of like fasting, essentially, because fasting, you're still eating. There's an issue basically where your body will start to hoard food if it notices that there's not a lot of food coming in. So then it will respond in kind, essentially, so that like you'll start to, it'll be hard to, you'll be losing no weight essentially. So you'll lose a lot of weight in the middle or the beginning, and then at the end you'll just basically start hoarding weight because your body will realize that you're starving itself. So then it'll start storing it kind of to protect you from yourself. With the exception of fasting, if it knows that there's like 3,000 calories that keep being met at the end of the day, then it won't do that. Also, apparently your stomach can shrink, but that's kind of a lie because that's only for people who, which this is like 90% of the Western world, don't drink enough water. If you drink enough water, your stomach will not shrink. But most people fucking do not drink water at all. Most people need to set a timer or have a water bottle that's screaming at them, "You can do it! You can finish! Halfway there!" And it's like, this is the problem. This is a discipline issue, okay? I used to be the same way, but it's insane looking back on it that just drink fucking water, man. What is going on? What is going on? Oh, shit. Booty says, my brother told me something like that, that your body can start to reject stuff after a while, and you can't digest it well anymure. Yeah, well, it depends. I think your body does want resistance, but like that was one of the weird things where like with I'm not sure if there's any truth to it, but there was a story about Bruce Lee that like how he died was he basically had a stupid regimented food thing where he only ate like white rice and I think a little bit of something else. I don't know what it was, but he only ate that, and then like one of his doctors gave him like a fucking aspirin or something like that, and because his body never experienced anything that torquey, he had like a heart attack or something. I feel like it's one of those stories that probably was more complicated than what it sounded like, but yeah. Derp says broccoli was kind of invented in a lab. Broccoli with ranch, though. Ooh, is that right? Yeah, see, some people go pop off for ranch. I know. Honestly, I would have expected Derp would have been a ranch person as well. But yeah, I don't know, man. Ranch to me is too strong of a taste. It's like fucking punchy. It's like a spicy kick in the face. You know what I mean? I don't know. Ketchup, on the other hand, a person who hates tomatoes but loves ketchup, I don't know what to tell you. It's just a weird fact of nature, but I love me ketchup, hate fucking tomatoes. I don't know what else I really didn't like as a food source. I forget what it's called. It exists, I bet. I just don't remember what they were. I used to hate peppers. Now I like peppers. Yeah, your palate does change slightly. broccoli and cheese? Is it like full on broccoli or is it soft? Cause like I don't know if I like the hard broccoli has a fucking green earthy taste. That's why I like it like when it's roasted, because it just blasts all that out of there. All that's left is tender, salty, a little bit of salt on top of it. Although I'm not sure about the whole cheese thing. Also, this is like an American thing I find a lot. Case in point, poutine was where Canada gets its jollies off. But I'm not sure if I like cheese on most things. When it comes to like a taco, hell yeah. Some nachos, mwah. But cheese on some of my greens. I get like I get cheese. I don't get melted cheese. I get like when you slice up some cheese, you got and you put it in like a what do you call it? A bowl with some lettuce, maybe some olive oil. You put some cheese in there. You swirl it around. I get that bit. That makes sense. That sounds gourmet, but not like melted cheese. Melted cheese sounds like a lot. You know what I mean? Like I guess I picture. I either want it to be like steamed and warm. Or like cold and solid like an apple, but not like warm and mushy or hot and mushy. You know what I mean? It goes into a different light, like a space in time. Bodhi says, so he switched from eating spinach to something else like bell peppers because he couldn't digest it anymore. Well, that's not even the thing, Bodhi. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he probably knows more about his body than me. But I love broccoli way better than like lettuce, which is good because it actually has way seemingly better for you. But fucking broccoli is acidic as fuck. I don't think it's just that he's. I think his I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like your gut biome essentially is like getting massively filled with acid. Like broccoli is good, but it has a high pH or whatever it's called. It's basically an acidic food. Like you can eat it for a little bit, but if you only eat spinach, your body will start to get, and peppers are significantly less acidic, so your body can digest it easier. So I think it's less about, I feel like you could eat rice because your body would basically just be like, oh, this is a carb, it's not very acidic, it's kind of neutral. And it would be able to process it fine. But if there's any this is the funniest thing about plants, which plants are great, but plants' fundamental cycle within like the natural cycle, it seems like, is like the reason why an apple has seeds in it was because a horse or a fucking deer or something would eat the apple core that falls off the tree. It would pass through their digestive system, giving them nutrients. And then the deer would shit it out, and the seeds would pass through their entire bowel system, etc. And then they would shit with basically manure, and the cycle of a tree possibly coming into the world would be increased. But there's a lot of things within nature in terms of like plants, spinach, where there's like a fail-safe against you just hoarding it and that's it. Like if you just eat plants, there's things that you're going to be missing. Like protein's one of them. The other thing is the acidic nature to like plants is pretty high on almost every front, so it's hard on your body. It's also, to me, it's one of those things where like it just makes sense where yes, some people, like depending on what your ancestors probably ate, it probably is inducive to what you can eat and feel good about it, you know what I mean? Otherwise I feel like you'll eat stuff and then like I think some people could try like being a vegan or being a carnivore only diet, and both people could have a horrible experience based on how your body just digests food, you know what I mean? Nova says 90% of food we eat was made in a lab. Most things are not natural, are in nature, are inedible. Yeah. Red says the other players are not moving. Nova says, I heard you need to drink a glass of water every 3 hours. I don't know about that. I try to make sure I drink one of these a whole day. It's my size and my whole ass head. So yeah, I just drink one of those, and I like sometimes I get to the end of the day, I'm like, okay, we're drinking half a giant bottle of water. Okay. Derb says I wasn't allowed meds growing up, so whenever I felt sick, I just chugged cold water. Great habit to have. It's true. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah. Water is like water, sleep, and like sunlight in a lot of ways are like, because again, vitamin D is just so good for you. Also like calcium and shit, sunlight, all that. But yeah, water and sleep are like the main reason why half of us have are alive. Like ancestors didn't have all this technological shit. They slept a shit ton. They got a lot of sunlight, which is a lot of vitamin D, and they drank a good bit of water. Hopefully, that's something that people used to do just to avoid hunger, is just drink water because you get less hungry that way, which is fucking brutal. But yeah, let's jump over here. All right. What else we have to do? Let's do some challenges. Fortress Clash, Void Rift. Let's start with Fortress Clash. Hard mode. Let me drink some water. What is good, Lex? How are you, Lex? Lex says, thoughts on rice pudding. Haven't had it, Lex. Have yet to have rice pudding. Is it any good? Because your boy has not had rice pudding yet. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm the kind of guy that will, like, be like, yeah. Like, they'll be like, hey, Grin, do you want rice pudding? And I'll be like, well, my name's Logan, actually, but fine. No. Because, I don't know, I'm just, like, I don't have that adventurous, like, that's the thing that people always say. Let me ask you guys this. If you were at, like, a restaurant, whatever you want to call it, maybe you were, like, going on a vacation with your family, whatever it be, and a person came up to you and said, like, would you like to try a shark, essentially? Or let's not say shark, let's say seal or dolphin. Let's say dolphin, a turtle, let's say. Any of those animals. Does anybody would any of you be like, yes? Because to me, I'd just be like, what? Like, no. Why would I, like, just such a bad deal? There's not a lot of meat on a dolphin. There's not a lot of meat on etc. Yes, see, I know Logan Syndicate would be the guy. Logan Syndicate is that guy who's like, I'll try it at least once. I'm like, I don't want to try a fuck. That's like trying human. It's like, what if? It's like, what do you mean? Like, what? Maybe it's just this is me, but I am a man who wants a solid investment, basically. Like, that's my thing. You know what I mean? I want something that I can continually enjoy. If something is like 5 times better, but I can only have it once every 5 years, I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want to try it. Yeah. Or if it's super expensive, then I'm like, no. Then I'll maybe like it and I'll think about it and it's not worth my time. I want something that's going to consistently yield me something that I can enjoy. A good investment, you know what I mean? I feel like people are like, but what if it tastes so good? And I'm like, who cares? You can't have it that many times. You can only have a little bit. It's like a difference between fucking around and having one partner that's like fucking the bomb, you know what I mean? I want to say I like it, but can't remember, so your argument is completely demolished by my existent what? What happened? They eat things that barely keep them alive, if even that. You can go almost 30 days without food. Yeah, it's true. What is it? There's like a cool quote out there where it's like you can go 30 days without food. You can go 4 days or something without water. And it's like you can go 10 minutes without hope. That's like the whole thing. I think it's something they used to tell. I don't know. I heard from a Jewish person talking about, like, yeah, what they learned through going through some horrible things in history. But yeah. Anyways, Nub says you can. All right, there. Woody says I'm gonna join OP right now. I could join after. Shit, goddamn it, both of you. I'm so bad. You guys got at me. I'm not sure if it would help, but if you guys at me, I might be like, ooh, urgent message. Red says if only water did not taste so damn. What are you talking about? Have to put some ice in that bitch. What is happening? Drink gamer fuel or something. It's still got water in it. Something. You can get caffeine-free gamer fuel or whatever. Be anything. Just get it in your body. Your body's like, Jesus Christ, feed me, please. That is insane. What you just said. You know when someone says something and you're still thinking about it, even though you've just responded to it because you're like, you got 50 thoughts on this topic? Why does water taste so damn meh? Yeah. You know how horrible it would be if water had an actual strong taste? How much of a pain in the ass it'd be like to drink something that was just like super sweet all the time. It'd be like, the fact that it's boring is such a nicety or kindness. Just get carbonated machine, drink carbonated water. That's awful. It's like drinking static. Same thing as like, what is it? Yeah, carbonated water or like sparkling water. Why? What is wrong with people? Why? Golly. Sparkling water, just an absolute, yeah. It's like you're eating static, or like it's like you're eating static with like a little bit of cherry in it, and you're like, oh, wow, like Jesus, just why, if you're gonna do this to me, why not just have fucking what is it called? Iced tea or something. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna have this, just give me something normal. You know, a baseline. Agree to disagree, really? About the whole, about water just being kind of meh. So you'd rather have like water that tastes with has like a taste to it. Honestly, Red, I'm not saying this. I don't have any affiliation or anything like that. But what do you call it? I'll be honest. Maybe also I think it is conditioning to some extent. I tried that gamer sup stuff, and it does taste pretty damn good, but it doesn't taste super strong like iced tea does, where like iced tea can sometimes taste like you're drinking like, I don't know why, I always feel like when I drink iced tea, I sometimes have like a, like it has a grit taste to it at the end of it, you know what I mean? It's delicious, but it has a bit of like a weird thing on it at the very end of it, especially if you drink a lot of it. But that whole gamer fuel, they've found the chemical concoction to make shit pretty on the money. Specifically gamer subs. I haven't tried G Fuel yet. I'm sure it's equally as fine, but yeah. Lex says, I hate seafood in general. Really? Oh man, have you tried some like salmon on like cooked on a wood board, and it's just like seasoned perfectly and the ends are charred, and then because the way the salmon's flesh, it's brutal, is like weirdly cut almost. Like salmon basically has layered meat on it to where you could just grab a fork and just like glide it across, and then just whoosh, a little wedge would come out of the thing, and then you just eat that, and it's tender, it's delicious. You cook in some olive oil and it's just super juicy. Oh, golly. But I say that also, it might be some sort of lineage thing with like whole Native American type thing, but I love it a lot. But I will say I'm not a big fan of fish, like normal fish. Salmon's a different beast, but fish tastes quite gross. It tastes like nothing, especially when it's dry. Big yucky. But also, I don't know if I like crab too much. Crab's good, and so is lobster, but it's, I don't know. I feel like it's like super expensive and shit. I don't know if I'm into it. It's funny because the one I like the most is like shrimp. Shrimp with some like noodles, with some like nice creamy noodle sauce in there. Oof. Also, you put a little bit of scallops in there. Little wedges. Oh, golly. That's good. I love sushi. Yeah, I was going to say this to you guys. I think I told you guys this beforehand, but I didn't really get to antithesize this. I'm feeling like really like bloated and half dead right now. So, also, is this the time when we finally will kill Valkyrie? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. All right. Well, I got a little too excited. But I was going to say, I specifically asked my brother to give me some sushi, which was from a store. It wasn't great. He even said it was fine. It wasn't as good as you could get. And then I brought some. I got this sushi because you guys kept telling me how delicious sushi was, and I was like, I've never tried it. I'm not sure if I'd be into it. It seems like a lot. It's like a raw fish. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm built for this kind of thing. And you guys kept telling me how good it was. So then I literally went out of my way. Like when you guys say, "Hey, Grin, I know you like energy drinks. This new energy drink is delicious. It's my favorite." I go out and buy it. You guys are like, it's reverse content creator selling you things. It's my audience selling me things that I don't need, but I'll give a whirl. Okay? Yeah. Anyways, I ended up making this, or buying the sushi, and then it was like, I kept forgetting it was in my fridge. And then it kept getting closer to the expiration date, so I had to eat it. And then I forgot again on the last stream that I could show you guys. And then we ended the stream, I came upstairs and was like, fuck. Shit. So then I just ate it by myself like an asshole. It was good. It wasn't really sushi. It was kind of cheating. It was sushi. It was like a classic sushi roll with what seemed like mayo and like crab blended into mayo with maybe something else, and then wrapped in like a seaweed circle. But I think it was cooked crab, so it wasn't quite like raw, authentic, you're eating raw fish sushi type things. But yeah, it was a whole thing. And Nev says it's 3 days with no. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I agree with the 3 days without water thing though. Like I feel like you could go 3 days with like water, but I feel like you'd be alive for like, you'd be passed out and probably like half dehydrated or like probably half dead, but I just don't know if you would die in 3 days. I feel like you get close. You get real close, but not quite there. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the third day you'd be like on the ground, like, but I don't think you would be like, I think you could go another 10 hours before you would actually die. You know what I mean? I've always been a person to try various of foods, like as a child. As a child, oh, what a terrible week. Nothing good. As a child, my parents served me pig feet for dinner one night, and I nearly projectile vomited, and I have never tried it since. Okay, sorry, I want to react to that, but let me catch up with chat. Cause my mother bought a machine for it, so I might as well use it. I'm the type of person who can eat the same thing for a full month. No, I'm the same way, Nub. I'm the same way. In fact, I kind of prefer that. I have a really bad time digesting shit. Like that's why I also am doing fasting things, is because like, again, like I ate at 1 p.m. It is 5 p.m. right now. I still feel bloated and feel terrible, and mentally terrible. Like I'm not able to think clearly. I'm talking nonsense this whole stream. You know what I mean? Like it's, yeah. I have a horrible digestive system. Which also doesn't make sense if I eat at 8, because then I think I'm still digesting my food till like later in the day, but you know, it's what it is. Also, Bolty, did you want to get in here and play? I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if that's what you meant by saying you'll jump on. He drank water once and almost died. What happened? Red's role model is Asmongold. He drank water once and almost died. Or does he drink like slushies and shit or something? I used to like seafood a lot when I was younger. I can barely stand the smell of it nowadays. Interesting. I wonder if there's some sort of reason for that. Yep, invite, said Bolty. Shrimp tempura is great. Is that what I had? That might be what I had. Lex says, I heard sushi really depends on cooking skills. I've never tried, so I don't know. Okay. Oh, you've heard that. Yeah, you and me both. Lex, maybe one of these days we gotta correlate when we're gonna go and get some actual authentic sushi and eat it on stream together. See, we can both experience it together. California roll, that still counts. Okay, cool. Yeah, I liked it. It was good. I will say, the one thing that blew me away about sushi, though, I always see people eating, like, tiny-ass portions, like 3 circles on a plate, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? What is this? What is that? Well, you can eat more. Like, I'm not like, American portions, but this is, like, insane. This is like, what do you call it? North Korea portions, basically nothing. Anyway, it's a horrible joke. Anyway, but I was blown away by when I actually ate it. I was completely full. Like, I don't know what it is about sticky rice, but it just fucking compacts it to where it just is dense as shit. I was blown away at how filling that tiny little roll was. I was just correcting you on the fact that it's 30 days without food, 3 days without water. Oh, so you think it would, like, you definitely die at the third day? Third day? Oh. Red says, yeah. I'd rather water have a taste, which is why I add stuff if I have stuff to it to drink. I gotcha. I was about to say, you better be drinking it. You said, yeah. If you're like, I'm not into it, it's like, what? Excuse me? Red Nub says, but in actuality, you can go around for 23 to 35 days without food, and 3 to 5 days without water. Okay, I was about to say, I thought it was something like that. Yeah. I know the adage is like 3 days, but yeah. Brett says, hell nah, I'm nowhere near as bad as that's been called. I don't know. I've seen that guy around. I've seen thumbnails with his face on it and shit, but I have yet to hear too much about him. Nub says, you sure you don't keep your week-old food around to eat it, or when you get hungry? Talking to me? No, I don't do that. I kind of, what we call it, sometimes, man, I don't know what it is. It's like a thing that I think most American households and Canadian households have heard a lot, but it's like that thing where you're like, you're supposed to always finish your food, even if you're bloated and overeating, essentially, because it's like, there's some kid in Africa that's not eating that food or something, you know, like you gotta eat it, which is pretty true in terms of like, be grateful for the fact that you have food. But apparently overeating is a bad thing. Like you're just creating obesity, essentially. But also a lot of our parents are immigrants and etc. So it's like, oh, okay, it makes sense. But also like, goddamn, when you're chonkers and you're like, well, goddamn it, mom, why'd you make me chonkers? You know, not good. But as an adult now, I still have that thing of like, I don't like to waste things. So even if I see something like, what is it called? What do you call it? There'll be like pastries hanging out or like muffins hanging out, and I'll feel super bad if they're getting close to being gone. So then I'll start to like make a point to eat as much as I can of it. But then I just end up getting sick. You know what I mean? It's too much food. Red says, lol, ew, I have not had fast food or soda for over a decade. What? What? God damn, I didn't expect that. Fucking mind, you got a mind palace something in your brain, Red? Jesus Christ. When you're out and about and you're like Wendy's and you're like, Wendy's actually, again, to me, man, I don't think Wendy's should be put on the same level as all these other things. I might be a Wendy's, what do you call it, propagandist, but I genuinely, every time, like, again, I just go by how I feel, and every time I have anything fast food wise, with the exception of Wok Box, which I don't know if you guys have that where you are, probably. Wok Box is just like a kind of like a, I don't know, to me I feel like it's healthier Chinese food, probably strong, but I don't know, I like it a lot. But it's basically just like a shit ton of rice with whatever kind of weird yummy meat portion you want. Usually it's like 80% rice and like a little bit of meat, but still. But that's one of the other ones where it's like, it's not quite fast food, but it kind of is fast food. But also the camera's super not lined up properly. I'm like, you guys just, my chin is, yeah. Anyways. I think my favorite running gag he keeps going with is, I don't need to wash my hands. I gotta clean. That's brutal. That's fucking brutal, dude. Jesus Christ. Wow. Ooh. I don't know what it was. I remember seeing this World of Warcraft clip and I thought it was so, oh my god, it was the worst thing I ever seen, but it was so funny and it just seemed like such a, we weren't supposed to see this moment. And it was with this, like, I think it was this black guy and his wife or girlfriend was playing WoW with him online. And it was just this weird like marital dispute where he made like one hand like a joke about something about her, and she just had this one comment like, you stink or something like that, or something about his business was small or something like that, and you just see the guy be like, whoa. I didn't really think I deserve that. Like, I just made a little tiny jab and you just lit me up, you know. But it was dead silent afterwards. It was just, oh man, I wish I had the clip. I also wish I don't, because it was one of those moments where you're like, ugh, this is like big time trouble in paradise kind of thing. Oh man. Whenever my mother tells me about some random kid in Africa, I always respond, then mail the rest of the food to the kid. But that doesn't make any sense. No, the food will get rotten by the time it gets to him. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. What you should say is, I'll trade places with that kid in Africa. That way he can eat good for a week. That'd be like a proper, okay. Hey, look at that. But most kids are like, fuck that. Fuck that. Nub says, that's my point. What, just that it's it's like it's an unhelpful. You're like nothing's gonna get done essentially. Like the person is still gonna go starving. So even if I eat or don't eat, it's irrelevant. I feel like it's just. I think like the pretext is just supposed to make you acknowledge the fact that things could always be worse, and to count your blessings every now and again. Doesn't mean you should forcibly force your child to eat food or feel responsible for overeating, etc. But with that being said, though, having seen my brothers raise kids and how kids are just like, no, I don't want to eat anymore. And then they're like randomly at the middle of the night, they'll be like, I'm hungry, Mom. I'm so starving. Oh, I'm sad because I'm hungry. And it's like, you fucking little shitty bastard, okay? There was food that you chose not to eat. And now I have to stop what I'm doing and make some shit for you because your dumb ass wasn't ready to eat. So I get that parents are like, fuck off. Eat the food, rat. Okay, you little rat. Eat it. Jesus Christ. What do you think this is? I'm already giving you enough of my time. Okay? I empathize. I'll be a great father. Thank you so much. I know. You're a Wendy's simp. I am. I'll be honest. Well, I'm anything that I can eat that doesn't make me feel like death afterwards. Frankly, you know what I mean? That's why I say Walk Box 2. Because Walk Box is I feel pretty solid after that too. Cause that shit ain't even good. Really? You don't like Wendy's, nub? Oh, I fucking love Wendy's. Wendy's solid. Do you have the spicy chicken sandwich? Spicy sandwich with also the what is it called? The small burger as well. It comes with it. I don't know. It's like a combo. But it's delicious. A little ice cream with it. Ooh. But for a pretty affordable price. I don't know what it's called. That's what I always have. It's solid. But there's always those foods. I'm terrible. I'm not paying attention with this shit. But what do you call it? There's always those things that to me sort of like stand the test of time in terms of like cravings. Like everyone will always have a craving for Chinese food, rice. Yeah, I mean everyone will always have that. Everyone will always have a craving usually for like ice cream or something. And yeah, things like that. Bodhi says I could eat a shit ton of rice every day, every day, any day. Yeah. Rice is solid. I eat rice with ketchup on it because I love it, and apparently people don't think that's right sometimes. It's either people who are on the camp of like, yes, rice with ketchup on it, mwah. And then there are people who are like, you're disgusting, and we're like, we hate each other, frankly. Red says we don't get out much. Oh, I see Red. It's all good though. Still. Nub says, oh, we went like 2 years without eating any fast food. Not quite a decade like you're saying, but yeah. That was mostly because COVID things happened, and I was just like, I don't know, we don't care this much about fucking fast food. I'd rather put the rest of the food in the fridge so I can eat it later. That's a good point too, yeah. Nub says, Grin, I do count my blessings every day when I think of the fact I live in a first world country because of a genocide. Well, oh, I mean, naming the spicy chicken is illegal. What do you mean? That shit is pretty really? Oh, sorry, unbeatable. Okay, I was about to say, because I'm spicy chicken. Spicy chicken is pretty good. I'm good. I'm about to say. Oh my God, my body. Oh, my stomach. All right. Are we ready to fight Void Rift things? How bad is it this week? Are we fighting bullshit? Let's see. Void Rift, go. No, this one's not that bad. Well, it might be. We'll see. We'll find out. But yes, matchmake, go. I gotta finish my coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if my body is ready for wishing in a couple days. I don't know. I hope Ruby comes home, and I hope she's good. I'll be honest, my feelings about Cobalt being the thing that's going to take me to the next level, needless to say, did not happen for me. Maybe somebody who prepped harder and or had better matrices, yes. For your boy, no. Love, thank you, Matism. Matism says, hey, Grin, just checking. What's good, Matism? Thank you for the bits, buddy. Handful of rocks. Matism. I normally wouldn't shout out some of our other content, but go check out our previous stream on YouTube where we did VR for the first time. That was an experience in which I think is neat enough for people to go check out. How did you like it, Nub, by the way? Or did you not check out that VOD? Because that's the one I'm actually curious about, how, like, what the problems were exactly. Besides the FOV being a little too zoomed in, and the audio being dirt shit, and all that stuff, and the lag. There was a lot. I gotta fix a lot. You're really cranking those rocks at me. Throws bits, yeet. Ah! Ugh. Ugh. Nob says, I think Wendy's also has the best chicken strips. My mom always gets the chicken strips too. They seem great. They're like, got a little bit of spice on them. Yeah. I just wish, as much as I make fun of like the whole American portion thing, I always feel like I want a little more chicken strips in there. You know what I mean? I feel like Wendy's always holds back on you. And you're like, come on, you son of a bitch. Red says, I love Kobo, but she is a whale bait seller. Yeah, or apparently people were saying that, like, theoretically, if she was in the standard banner, because that's what she was in the Asia servers, she was on the standard banner, then she, it would be more optimal, because then you could get her constellations, especially if you were to save for a good amount of time. And I thought that made sense. It's a gotcha game. Everything is whale bait. Yes, but you're trying to find out what is less whale bait, basically. I buy 5 strips. Yeah, see, it's not that much. Oh, you mean... Oh, maybe you're thinking of... Oh, did you say chicken strips? Is it... am I thinking of the wrong thing now? There's, like, chicken... Like, there's, like... They look like fries. They're, like, square... They don't look like exactly chicken strips where they're thick. They're, like, kind of like little tiny... I think it's chicken fries is what I'm thinking of. But I guess I haven't seen the chicken strips then. Yeah, so maybe that... Yeah, maybe that's different then. I'm thinking like chicken fries, which comes like a little fry box, and they're like little tiny little fries. Why the fuck is no one playing this? Go, matchmake. There we go. Accept. Bolty, accept. Do it, thank you. Red, accept. Accept the thing. Red plays on the same monitor, so he has to click Alt Tab and all this stuff. How quickly? Matism says, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm loving it. Yeah, man, it's solid. That's a solid ass game. Do you like it more than Infamous Second Son or Infamous in any way? Because to me, I like Ghost of Tsushima a lot, but I don't know, man. I feel like Sekiro kind of scratched that Ronin itch kind of thing, and yeah, I don't know many games that give me that like fucking amazing superhero vibe, especially when like Prototype also kind of just went in a weird way, you know? Like I still want them games. I don't know if they're ever gonna happen again. I hope they are. Don't you run from me? Ooh wee, look at all these. I don't like that. Laggy as hell. Did I get everything around here? Let's check. Golden chicken strips with gravy. Oh, so good. I feel like the whole stream is us hellbent on making everyone else here hungry, even more because we're all full. Give me this. No, I don't think it's nuggets. It's like chicken fries. I think that's what it's called in Wendy's. And it's like chicken strips. Cause yeah, it comes like a little tiny fry box. I think that's what it's called, chicken fries. They're also really good. I feel like they'll probably just be the same thing, except there's more chewy, spicy, fried skin on them. You know what I mean? Because less chicken to make a surface area of or cover of. Shit! Oh, thank God. I was like, oh. Do. Ba, 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 ba. Sekiro be bullshit sometimes. It's true. Well, apparently, I don't know. I agree with that, but sometimes again, every Souls game is bullshit until that son of a bitch who doesn't get hit once plays them, and you're like, fuck off. You're like, God damn you. Okay, I get it. I'm bad. Shut up. It's the worst and the best thing to see ever. It's like, oh yeah, not once. Isn't that great? Isn't that just great? I think we got them all. I feel like sometimes you just get a level that's really tiny. I think that's it. Let's queue. Enter anyway. Did we get all the keys? I think we did. Grin, you put that into words. Thank you. Thanks, bud. Appreciate the support. Poet, I'll give it to... You do that. Physical attack, I'll give it to Bolty. Mighty power, I'll give it to you. If anyone has an electro node, I would appreciate it because it's the only thing I really have in terms of damage. I wish Crisis got a sequel. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. Crisis is one of those games that's interesting. I just don't. Yeah. Okay. Solid dodge. Lex says Wendy's is terrible, but those wraps are so true. Really? Wendy's is terrible? I feel like McDonald's and shit is pretty bad. You know what I fucking hate so much, man? I used to love it as a kid, but they really just shit the bed. I don't know what it is. It's never been. To me, it's out of all the fast food chains, it's by far the worst. Yikes. Respawn. Yeah, see? You could totally respawn. People were saying that you can't respawn beforehand. People were saying if you die, you dead. You lying sons of bitches. You absolutely can do the thing. I was sure you could respawn. It's just if you hit exit and spectate, then you're dead forever. I was about to say, I remember we were playing, I think Lone City was saying that like you couldn't respawn if you died here. And I'm like, I think you can. I don't, yeah. Weird. Yeah. I'm fighting for my life in Sekiro. That's such a funny sentence. I'm fighting for my life in here, dude. It's bad. It's good, but it's bad. Loziga says, well, I wanted to play TF, but I'm logged me out my account and won't take my password, and now I gotta reset my password. Oh, actually, I don't think you do actually, Lone Syndicate. For me, it says the same thing where it will auto log me out. All that it wants you to do is basically close the program. If you save, I think you're on tablet. I think the same thing would happen when you're on mobile, but basically it just wants you to close the application and reboot or relaunch the launcher, and then it will ask you to, it'll probably just automatically log you in again, and then you'll be ready to rock. So that's the weird thing there. Buddy says, it's 2 a.m. for me. Oof. Nova says, the wraps are cheap because they almost have nothing in it. Yeah, I was about to say, I've never tried the wraps before. You know who has a fucking bomb-ass wrap? The Tim Hortons spicy chicken wrap. That's also delicious. Fuck me, I'm getting lit up. Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm not... What? I don't know. How am I able to attack? Am I able to attack and hit? That's weird. That don't make sense. I'll be honest. I'm not sure if we're gonna make this happen today. You tried that already and nothing happened? Uh-oh. I wonder what happened then. I hope nothing happened to your account. You might just have to, like you said, relog your thing. You get lit up just a little bit. Dude has such mass swipes. Hard to get away from him. Nah, Crisis only had one game. I don't know about that. Well, there might be some emotions attached to the sequel, but there was definitely another Crisis. I feel like Crisis did do a lot of good things, but Crisis is one of those few games which I think there was something missing in Crisis, but I don't know what it was, because it did do a lot of cool things. Like, it did try, I think, if memory serves. I remember the fact that you could like automatically put on a suppressor and adjust your weapon config is pretty neat, but I remember doing something off. Just get clipped a little bit. That's all it takes. Shit! Man, this boss has some crazy swings. Also doesn't help that I don't have any scaling, which is shitty. Yeah, there's only 2 people with us that have sufficient things. Oh no! Thank you, Blueberry! Almost there! 5 minutes to spare! I got you, Botti! I didn't! I thought I had you! I did! I got you! It was rough. But we're gonna do it! We're gonna do it! Oh my god! God damn you! There we go. Easy breezy! Oh, I wasn't actually that low on the totem pole that time around. Nice. I think. Unless I was, I don't know. I played the third on Crisis. You mean if you played the third Crisis game? You force the team to reset. You can't respawn. What do you mean? What do you mean? Nah, so sad. You force the team to reset, you can't respawn. Is that right? So when I hit respawn, everything gets reset? My issue. Are you sure? No, because I thought everyone got swiped there and killed. But maybe it was just me who died. They always have seasonal shit that's better than their base menu. Alex says Tim's needs to decide what kind of restaurant they are. The menu is too crowded. Tim Hortons? I kind of don't mind it, actually. I feel like it's very like seasonal in a way. The store I used to work with had a more manageable menu because we cut out most of our chicken products because we were attached to a Wendy's. Oh, that makes sense. That's clever. Crisis 2 and 3 were fucking huge disappointment. Oh no. Nub says, cause half the shit you could do is no longer possible. Oh. The only thing more disappointing was Supreme Commander 2, which literally killed the series. Oh no. I don't know about most of these games. I'm definitely getting Lyra 2. Nice. Shiro is just too good. Shiro's just too good. You can only respawn when everyone dies. Okay, gotcha. But you can respawn though. But does that mean you shouldn't hit spectate then? Red says, can Saki Fuwa change to DPS stance? I think so. If not, I'm saving. No, I think she can. I think there's still the stances are still in there. I think it's just the resonance. So, like Cobalt and Ruby will have resonance that scales up their fire damage. I think Saki Fuwa and Lyra have a their special like banner perk is that they can pivot to based on what resonance they have. Which is cool that we're getting them that fast. I do think Lyra is still probably 2 polls away. I still think we have, I think Lyra is probably like 2 months away, unfortunately. But yes. I don't know if we should run that one more time, if we should just leave it. We got a little bit of time. We could try doing another Void Rift. We could also save it for Monday if we don't want to. I've been so shitty about Bygone Phantasm. I just haven't been grinding it at all. The reason the sequels were so shit is because they focused on PvP, which ruined the freedom. Really? Oh, I guess they kind of did. I remember that being a big staple to Half-Life, what is it called? That one game, Crisis. But I guess that makes sense. In one power, allowed your bullets to penetrate, which is no longer true in the sequel. Oh. What is it? I left the group. I'm gonna go off. Yeah, no, have a good sleep. I always figured that's what happens. We'll do whatever you leave. I'm like, okay, our boy's finally like, oh, it's 5 a.m. Let's go to sleep. How about that? I'm like, yeah. Oh, I forgot to grab this. Also, ladies and gentlemen, do you think we should wish? Because I think Tuesday is gonna be another VR stream. So, do you think we should use? How many wishes do we have? Standard wishes. I was going to save these, but I just don't think there's much of a point. I think you're better off just saving the dark matter, and then, yeah, hopefully you'll have copies to buy when eventually if a character gets added to the standard banner, which is whatever we're kind of aiming towards. Also, we could maybe get the cosmetic for Zero, which would be neat, or maybe another Lyra. So might as well run it, right? There's no point to not. So might as well use our Dark Nucleus, maybe. Dark Nucleus, I don't know why you would hold on to them, but yeah. Skip. Anything good? Nope. 10 pull again. Red says, honestly, I'm kind of not in the mood for Tower of Fantasy hard stuff. So, no, I agree, Red. It sucks. I'm also not in the mood, but it's the last day to do everything. So, at least some of the stuff. So, it's like, how do we... I totally get that, though, man. I don't know what it is, but I am not as... Yeah, it's hilarious because it's like, this is something that people have always said in Genshin a lot, which is like, I want harder stuff until you have it, and you're kind of like, it's a lot of shit to do, man. Like, it's a lot of like, I want like chill stuff that can be finished quickly and feel rewarding. You know what I mean? But I've always been saying that. Like, I'm the last guy who said, like, give me harder content, you know? Everyone else is like, give me harder content. And I'm like, can you also make something that just has value to do and feels satisfying to do? No? Okay. I kind of want to hold on to these until I feel more lively, because I feel like shit otherwise. Red, I guess we could just grind this if you're down for the little bit. And in fact, I think you still needed to do this, so this actually might be good for you. We'll just do this. Dimensional Trials, hard mode. Let that run for a little bit. No, continue. Matchmake. Yes. No resin, yes. Also, did Matism or mainly Loans or mainly Nub respond? I don't know if I think I made a talk to Nub about it, but I feel like my brain's not working really well. But I was asking Nub what he thought about the VR streams. If it was shitty, what could be improved? Was it not his thing? All that. Lone Singed says, remember that 1K cube event in Genshin. Most of the players couldn't. Most of the players couldn't fully complete it, and the event with all the modifiers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And again, in a game like Genshin, I think it could be improved by adding some spice to it, some difficulty. But I also could see them being like that's what people keep saying they want, but I don't know if that's actually what they want. You know what I mean? It's kind of frustrating, but it's like, okay, let me just re-say that. I think in Genshin, the first event that was like super challenging and maybe even permanent could do well. Red, hit the button. Could do well, but then everything else, I feel like after that, like if they kept, like Tower Fantasy has a lot of like raids, joint operations at the max tier, Fortress Clash, like there's scalable things that are actually kind of difficult to end game. Not difficult, but just time consuming if you don't have like the cutting edge of damage in CS. To where I think like if Genshin started to have so much of that, its player base would also be like, so like, and again, eventually when we all get strong enough, hopefully, yeah, because like a couple weeks ago we couldn't even do tier 6 or something of joint operations, and now we're at tier 7, or we couldn't even do tier 5 and now we're at tier 7, which is kind of nice. So like give it time, and eventually we'll get to the point where it's like, okay, even hard is like manageable. I do hope that we can eventually get to the point where we can hit auto and just play. Like it'd be really cool to join, like eventually to get so powerful in this game to where you just open up your because you can play anything that's like this, like joint operations, this fucking even Fortress Clash, even I don't know if Void Rift is the same, but all of the other ones, you can hit auto and then just be so powerful enough that your character can take some hits and be fine, can shoot and be fine, etc. I do wonder if there's a character class that's like will be extraordinarily OP because when you switch it on to auto, it's just insanely good and proficient, you know? I wonder if that will ever happen. Also, Lone City, what anime did you decide on watching yesterday? Also, if Bothi is still with us, the husk that he is, probably awake at 5 a.m., what anime did you also choose to watch? Good to miss up the port points. Backing out. Thank you, Matism. Matism says, I didn't see it yet. God damn you, Matism. maybe tune into Tuesdays. We got time. No says, you named like 4 different issues before I typed, so I assume my response was irrelevant. Okay, so I wasn't sure. I was like, I have a tendency to be like, I am aware of this, and this, but what else? And you're like, well, that's kind of I'm not focusing that hard on it, so that was kind of my entire, that's it. But yeah, the audio thing I'm hoping will be fixed by the next stream, because I was actually blown away. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I was blown away that the headset itself actually has pretty decent audio, or microphone, sorry. The microphone on it is pretty good. I think it's because Meta's whole thing is that it's trying to be sociable, so the audio has to be kind of good, or else it's going to be shit for communication. But if I run some software behind that and like focus EQ and stuff and make that improved, that could be a lot better. Another thing, it says, Dropkick on My Devil is the anime I chose to watch. And how was it? Was it okay? Was it the worst? Red says, I finished, oh yeah, the I put all my points into defense. Yeah, man, fuck me, that name is so hard. Just say that. I put all my points into defense. Instead it's, I don't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense. Woof, yeah. That show, I think it's pretty enjoyable. Also, that show, that's one of the few shows that to me started corroding my initial hatred for VR anime. Because it's just like, again, I talk about it, but that they have no stakes. But that's actually one of those ones that it's really cool because they talk about like when you're in this VR world, time is slowed. And to me, like the one thing they don't talk about in that show is how fucking insane that if this actually existed, where you could put on a VR headset, have complete memory of what you're experiencing, and time would move extremely slower, and your both physical abilities inside the game and outside the game would be relevant. So inside the game, you would basically, your like neurological pathway to do certain activities would still be being created. Your body might be limited when you get out of there, and vice versa. If you happen to have like a background in archery, you could bring that into the game and be accurate, etc. So that's just awesome itself. But the fact that if we were ever able to get to like time dilation and that surreal of like realism, dude, either two things would happen. Either like the world would be ushered into true peace because like everything, they just make super soldiers, we'd kill each other enough, and then we just get over it and probably be like, fuck it, let's just chill out. Or we would just realize that, hey man, there's enough for everybody. we have so much time in this weird like, oh, you wanna conquer and rule America? Sure, I'll rule an entire kingdom in this VR world, you know what I mean? But anyways, regardless, I think that's just nuts. Like that show actually did have a pretty cool Also, thank you for reminding me, Zero. I forgot to do that. Zero says, you just reminded me to claim the Genshin dailies. Thank you, my friend. You just reminded me to, whoever did that reminded me as well. I forgot to do that too. Let's go, Genshin. It took me fucking forever to download that stupid update. We're loading it up, boys. It just looks like a white ass screen, but yeah. Hopefully that doesn't rip up our internet too much. Load in. Preparing to update. Checking updates. Downloading resources. Why the fuck didn't you continue when I closed my phone, dude? Matism says, I got 99 skills and defense ain't one. Yes, that's, well, that's the opposite of what the show's about, but it's a good name. I got 99 defense, but no, that doesn't work. I see what you did. It only worked your way. It only worked your way. Bodhi says, I've been thinking of watching all the new stuff first, then rewatching like Future Diaries or a random isekai fantasy. Yeah, man. I do that usually whenever there's a new season, which I'm starting to realize maybe is not the best call. But whenever there's like an anime, like Overlord, for instance, or like Welcome to Demon School Irmika, but these are like kind of like the tops of the top, to where I'll rewatch the previous seasons up to the new season just so I got like a better baseline and like understanding. But I'm starting to realize when you're like Overlord and you're basically like, oh, this is like 20 hours to get through each season. Woof. Let's relax. Maybe we can't have nice things all the time, you know what I mean? So I'm like, maybe we just start like, we breeze by. Like, oh, remember when that happened? Let's go watch that one episode and then move on. And call that season good, you know? Continue. I'm just grinding support points, by the way. I'm sure Red knows that too. I've been watching all the new. Zero says, you just reminded me to claim my Genshin dailies. Thank you, my friend. Lone Ticket says, it was good. I enjoyed it very much. Very well. It's a very good comedy. It's about this goth girl who summons this serpent devil just 'cause she thought it would be interesting thing to do, and she can't send her back because she needs the return spell. I thought I'd seen something like this. It sounds like a person summoned something and like this god is like permanently watching over her now or something like that. Sounds kind of familiar. That's another one on the list for me. It's that Demon Maid, Dragon Maid Season 2 that I haven't watched. I thought for the longest time that show was about a dude and like a demon. No, it's two women just vibing, like, you know, having kind of like a lesbian dream, essentially just hanging out together, having a good time. I will say that show is saved by its side characters for me. Fucking love the edgelord dragon, who's like this Black Butler fucker, who's just the best, and also the creepy as fuck friend who's like an otaku, but also like a businessman. Oh man. And then there's the weird Shota thing. We don't want to talk about that. But yeah. Bodhi says, but for preference, I'd like something like Mohan Soji's site. What's that? But I have no clue if I will find anything similar to that. What's Moji's? What is that about? What is that? I guess we could also do Fortress Clash if we just wanted to get points. Do a normal mode and match. I think this place is actually better for XP actually, so it works out. It's like your boy's not max level yet, and I feel like anyone who is insane. They grind like wild. God damn you, Genshin! We're at halfway there in terms of updating the stupid resources to play the new thing. Shit. Also, something I would recommend to loan after watching Future Diaries is, let me look at this shit. What is this? Is that what it is? Monica something? What is this about? Oh, fucking this show. This is the demon bullshittery. It's like a bunch of girls, little fucking magical girls getting their fucking head blown off. Horrible. Oh, shit. This is like Bridge to Terabithia fucking hellscape. Like, oh, look at these cute, lovable people. They're all fucking dead. All of them are dying. Horribly. Enjoy. Anime. Yeah, enjoy what you like, Bodhi. Just to me, I'm like, my heart can't see it. I seen a Bridge to Terabithia meme. Is that right? Yeah. And holy shit. Just a wave of sorrow hit me like a truck, and I was just like, it was also hilarious seeing the comments in that Bridge to Terabithia meme, because it was just like, everyone was like, does anyone remember the marketing to this show where it was like marketed towards like, oh my god, a beloved child show about imagination, and instead it's just like the heartbreaking death of a child and like the loss of a friend. Everyone just like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? I did not expect this. Zero says, oh, it's Shang Ling's birthday. Yeah, it's adorable. Yeah, Shang Ling's the best, man. Bodhi says, a magical girl site in English is basically about girls discovering a random internet site, and it does weird stuff, like gives them magical powers. Okay. I've only ever seen like that pink hair girl and they're like blood's pooling out of their mouth, and I'm like, ugh. Something ain't right. This ain't right. Losing says, so in turn, the devil just lives with her, and she tries to kill her, cause that's another way she can return. Both the goth girl just outsmarts her, and normally slaughters the devil is funny way. Also, the goth girl is a weapon expert, which I can relate. Like she be ordering weapons like Vlad the Impaler's spear to use on the devil. So wait, is the goth girl the main character, or is the goth girl the demon? Also, you had me at goth girl, so we're probably gonna add that to the queue. It sounds great. It sounds very funny. But yeah. Whew. Yeah, I don't know what else. We're just hanging out. I'm just kind of enjoying this music. We're just hanging out. I feel pretty at peace right now. I'll be honest, I finally am starting to get out of there. Like, I'm super bloated and gross feeling, all that. Ooh. Also, I did dress up today. Your boy was the Grim Reaper, because it was the party I went to for my niece. I had a Halloween party. Your boy was Death. Had a cloak with some shrouded face garb, and wore a skull. Probably could have worked for the stream for the intro, but decided I'm bloated, feel gross, and owe nobody nothing. So, no. But when Halloween gets closer, which I think is like probably 2 weeks away or maybe less, maybe it's now, I have no idea. Maybe we could do it. I'll be honest, guys, I kept talking up the possibility that we could stream a horror game and maybe it be VR. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I don't do these things. I don't do these things. You know, a little bit of ungodethmatism, a little bit. Yeah, it was with the mask I made, which, by the way, is the last mask I made is probably my favorite, which that worked out nicely. Red says yes, the VR horror nightmare. I'm not sure. You know, we'll see. Kind of like, who knows? You know. I'd watch you play a horror game. There's a horror game that I think we might play. It's free, which also makes me feel like we might have an out of like a 10-minute experience. Because I'll be honest, your boy is not really into the like. You will see. Yeah. If I'm in hell for like 30 minutes, I'm like, all right, let's not. How about we create out 15 minutes? You know. There is not a world. There's got to be like a boon of $50,000 that we work up to as a communal goal to get me to play what I think is the scariest VR game I've ever seen people play. People who I think are like actually quite brave and play a lot of horror games played that Five Nights at Freddy's fucking horror game, and it's just terrifying, like, to them. And I get it, because you're sitting there like. Like, they just knew how to make the most anxiety-inducing circumstance for a VR game, and everyone's described it as like it's the worst. It's like there's nothing close to as terrifying as that game. So we're not doing that. Sorry to build it up, but fuck that. Batism says, I'm a hello. I do a stream and such. I might just not stream on Twitch. Might stream on Twitch. Wait, Twitch. Sorry, not streaming on Twitch. Might stream on Twitch. I don't know. I'll see what happens. Yeah. Have fun though, Batism. Yeah. Lone Singlet says, still. Also, thank you very much for the bits, by the way. So, Lone Singlet, I didn't say thank you. Lone Singlet says, still can't log in to Tower Fantasy account. Yeah. Do you reclaim your password and whatnot? Because that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Did you like... Because you said you were changing your password, so hopefully that worked. Because, yeah, I hope you didn't get... I don't know, maybe there's another glitch on that shit where, like, you can't, like, yeah. It won't send me a verification code. That's not good, Lone Syndicate. I hope someone doesn't have your account. It won't send me a verification code. Well, didn't you have to hook it up through your email? You could go to your Tower Fantasy account and like log in and then see. I'm worried. Yeah, Boldy says, what kind of account do you have? Yeah. Escape. Alright, Red, I gotta go grind my dailies real quick. So, that'll be where well, I guess you could just hang out while we do that. We'll do that. Unless you got stuff to do. Red says, honestly, I'd love for you to just do a Let's Play series of games. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm not sure if you guys would want that. If we could maybe do that. I don't know. We'll see. I thought maybe that'd be fun. We could just see how it is. See what the drop-off rate is. Because I feel like that was probably one of the reasons. Because we tried to do serialized streams beforehand with Neo White, which did work, but it was kind of like we were doing the same thing over and over again to where I could tell people were getting sick of it or not as interested into it. But I don't know if Half-Life Alyx has that same deterioration rate because VR is just kind of like, especially if I can nail the display of VR and make it look nice and make it look functionally neat, then I think that will be cool. But yeah, we'll see. I think that might be something we could try. Because I don't know if VR would be as fun to experience by yourself. I mean, it will be, but like I think it would be just as fun to mess around with you guys and be playful and goofy while we're hanging out in this weird world, you know? I do think, though, I might butcher my first experience of Half-Life Alyx and just kind of, what is it called? Make everything, like, I hate the fact that I gotta hit a combine 6 times in the head, so I think I might apply the mod that I was using. It basically just makes it so that it's a lot more realistic fighting, to where, like, you 2-shot someone in the head and they drop, rather than you having to hit them 5 times in the head, and you're like, Jesus Christ. This just feels unrewarding, you know? Especially in, like, if you've ever played VR, the feeling of, like, unloading 6 shots into someone's head feels super abnormal because it's actually quite difficult to hit headshots. With the exception of course, you know, the gameplay that I showed you guys the other day was like, you just 2-shot someone because eventually you start getting a feel for the shooting. But yeah, but it feels not rewarding when you miss, essentially. It's linked to my Gmail. Yeah, weird. But it's not sending you a link. You might have to check with the, well, I don't know. I'm not sure how, well, you can always check with the server services. Like, I'm sure they have, like, a help thing. So there is this Lone Syndicate, which I don't know how you get to this without being in a game, but if you go to the settings, you can see that it says customer service right here. You guys can't see, but it's right there, right here, customer service. You can click that, but I don't know how you do that unless you have it logged in on your phone or some other application, you know? Do. Bodhi says weird. Also, Bodhi says, I found an anime. What it be? What that anime be, Bodhi? Elite Hunter or something. Evil or live? What is that? What is that about, Multi? What's the premise? Easy breezy. I don't think it'll let me teleport because I got enemies near me. Yeah, stupid. Stupid. Can't even get to me. Oh, I don't know what it's about, but I started it started out with some kid getting abducted. They also were playing. They were video game addicts and probably depressed. Bolty, do you watch dubbed or subbed? Because if you there was an anime that I really wanted to watch, but I don't watch subbed, but I wanted to know if it was worth a damn. It's on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, you can watch it, or you can just watch it on, some sites that could be, you got to put on an eye patch to be there, but they'll love you, they'll appreciate you. But yeah, there's I forget what it's called though. It's like the Immortal King, I think. I wanted to see if it was good. It looked like it was beautiful. Again, it was one of those Korean animes, but I don't know what it is about those shows that they just have a hard time getting dubbed. But yeah, it looked awesome. I was thinking it's like based on a manhwa or something, but yeah. Because of the main character being depressed and a gaming addict, you feel right at home watching the show. All right, well, I'm not sure if I like all that, but okay. Look at that AoE. Clean. Oh, God damn it. I watched subbed. Okay, yeah. So if you wanted to, I'm not sure if you'll be into it, but it looked cool. The premise looked really interesting. It looked like there's a little. It's just, the premise is kind of obvious per the name, but it's like there's this kid. I just like the intro. Yeah. If you do that for me, Red. Not Red. Sorry, Bolty. If you do that for me, it's on Netflix. It's called. If you type in the Immortal King, it'll show up. Just watch episode 1, because to me, the introduction of the show had me like. All right, but that's if you like power fantasy. It's not quite isekai, but it is power fantasy, and it's kind of like the reincarnation story essentially. But to me, I think the main character to me seems more like my jam. He's not like a cocky, courageous bastard. He's kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to feel. Like, I'm a god. I don't really know what this whole world thing is about. He also seems like he has like a weird Asperger, which seemed fun to me to watch. But anyways. Didn't that anime get dubbed? I don't think it did it? If it got dubbed, then let me know about it. But I thought, unless it's dubbed on some sort of weird platform, but I don't think it, unless the merger of Funimation and shit got dubbed, but I thought it wasn't dubbed on Netflix for like years, so unless that's recent, which it might be because of the whole weird acquisition of Crunchyroll and shit, or Funimation and shit, I should say. Stop it. Kill big man. Somebody puts on another shield. There we go. I'm about to say, that should be enough to kill you. And you guys just stop. There we go. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. He's the one the more bounty. Unless it's just a hand-in shit bounty. Nope, it's not. Nope, go to this teleportation point. Oh, there's an enemy. There's one fuckface looking at you. God damn you. Also, hey, shout out to this, by the way. My fucking grandparents are built different, man. They're just these fucking hardened Portuguese people who are brilliant. But my grandma Ginges and my grandpa Joe, Portuguese, but they phoned up my dad, and they're like, they were talking about how they weren't feeling so good and that they might take a COVID test. Them motherfuckers got COVID. Probably less bad COVID, but still the COVID nevertheless. And they're just like, yeah, we had it for a couple days. We're fine. It's just like, goddamn, my grandparents are pretty old, but they're also, I don't know, man. My grandparents are one of those people who like, they're like insane for their age. You know what I mean? Like they basically move, like they go to Portugal and Canada and they fly back and forth. for the winters and whatnot. But they just farm. They farm and like they build their own house and shit. And they're just, it's wild. They're like incredible people. I mean, but yeah, it was like, oh my god, you guys just beat it. Especially for all of us kind of being like, ooh, we gotta keep our old people safe, etc. They're just like, yeah, we handled it. It's fine. But they didn't tell us in like a panic of like, oh my god, it could get real bad. But they're like, no, we're good. My grandparents are next level, all right? It's wild. Oh shit! No, Lone Syndicate says, yeah, on Funimation, I believe it got dubbed. No, really? Maybe I was fucking up just by looking at Netflix, seeing it. Like, man, Netflix is like, I hate it so much, man. I don't hate Netflix. I do. I hate Netflix. I'm lying to myself. Ever since what they did to Disastrous Life of Psyche K, they just completely, like, anime, again, like we talked about this when it was a Sunday stream. So many things consistently pointed to Netflix being like, what was your most watched shows in all of Netflix? It was always Full Metal Alchemist. It was always like another weird anime there. It's always Disastrous Life of Psyche K. Like, these are the shows that are constantly put up there and they like are one of the most watched shows per region, etc. But it still took them like 50 years to just buy more anime, even though that was the main thing that people were watching on their site. And then they reinvested in all these like indie pop shows that like didn't really have any legs. People still watch the old anime. And then only recently did they start to be like, maybe we should develop an anime network or like a part of our company. And they did, and then they just butchered the Disastrous Life of Psyche K. They had like all these new voice actors and never caught really on. People were just frustrated that they didn't dub the previous seasons. It was just a fucking mess. It's an absolute mess. And painful. Absolutely painful. So maybe it's my fault that I'm looking at Netflix like, okay, did you finally do the bare minimum, you rat bastards? Anyways. What are we doing? I want to check our bounties. Which is this button. Bounties, all done. I should grab these because XP. Ba-da. Lastly, let us go to our house and claim our yield from our thing. Also, oh shit, full screen. Where do I claim my shit? Is it this? Oh, it's not it. Is it the event thing? Also, I just get a little bit of penance of a Primo Gem claim. Oh no, do I have to play? Ew. I think it wants me to play the video game. No. That might be just my login thing. Where is the thing that gives me free rewards? Oh, my boy Razor. Oh, how is she, by the way? Is she fun? God, it's so bright. You guys can't see shit. You do have to log in, them sons of bitches. Okay. Well. That's pretty cool. It's like a dragon thing. Fucking Christ. Anyways, what a mess. Well, I'll make sure to do that. You guys didn't say that you had to log in every day on your phone. Yeah, she's good. I heard people say that. I seen a bunch of titles and videos being like, we're not gonna wish on her or something. And I was like, oh, why? Why is she not it? Please. Oh, I gotta exit my fucking thing. You're no longer team leader. Trash. Got it. Hurt my feelings. All that. Oh, my body. Lone Syndicate says, yes, she is good. What does she do again, Lone Syndicate? Bodhi says, oh, dang, I don't like Korean dumbs. Or does it have a Jap? I think it has a Japanese one, too. Yeah, it has both. Yeah, I think it has both. So you should be good. But also, watch whatever you want. To me, I thought it was a show that, to me, the intro premise was pretty iconic. It was like this kid doing a fucking heel kick, and you're like, fuck, holy shit, that's wild. That could just be me and my like, okay, you have my attention, small child that drop kicks or upper kicks, some sort of weird kick thing that just nukes somebody. Looks pretty wild. Oh shit! Also, I forgot about that, guys. You guys gotta keep me up on my toes about this stuff. I forgot to buy my weekly stuff. I've forgotten like twice actually, which this is the only thing that really matters. So we're kind of okay. Which apparently resets every day or every 15 days now. At least that's more clear. I was wondering why that was getting weird for a hot minute. Anyways, only thing really worth buying, it seems like, is where is it? Purple tier of this. Where were the gold tier? Oh no, that's the wrong. This is it. Yeah, this thing right here. Sorry. I'm gonna buy. How much does it cost? 400. Let's buy 2. Call it good. Thank you kindly. Tokens, all that. Good. Still are not at the point where we can start doing re-rolling. Does anyone know when this caps out, by the way? Are your building supplies? Because we're at 8. 8, 8, 8, 9. Hopefully it caps out at 10, and that's it. Because Jesus Christ, if it goes to like 15 or something, that's wild. I get that they could increase it later down the line, but like right now, woof. Yeah, it should have a Japanese version. Let's see. Oh my god, my body. Oh my foot. What do you guys got planned for the rest of your night, huh? Oh, anything notable? Anything is notable, by the way. My thing right now is to, as soon as the stream is over, which we're probably gonna end it like, well, we're exactly in the right time. Red says working on mods. Nice. What kind of mods, Red? What kind of mod is it for Dark Souls still, or have you picked up a new game? But yeah, I gotta work on making a thumbnail as soon as the stream is done for the video. Any ideas for a catchy thumbnail, which the premise is this week in Tower Fantasy? I was thinking of doing a 3-panel thumbnail with iconic pieces of each section in the video, memes, stuff like that, with some Twitter art and something else, but that might be not as catchy. Lone Ticket says more anime and try to log into time. Yeah, I'll be honest, Lone Syndicate. I don't want to make you panic, but I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?" Especially after this week of horrible, inventory getting stolen, shit. Rough. Red says I've made mods for Horizon Zero Dawn and Monster Hunter Rise. But my current project is Elden Ring again. Weird. What were your mods for Horizon Zero Dawn? Was it like a bikini mod or something different? What would it be? That's crazy. I wouldn't expect Horizon Zero Dawn to be something that's quite easily moddable. Woof. Although, it's for the original Horizon Zero Dawn, not the new one though. I guess that makes sense. That's fucking hilarious. I guess it makes sense. Like the Spider-Man game got modded immediately, so I guess the Horizon Zero Dawn probably was the same thing. Man, if there's anything that I hope dearly that like. Because I feel like we went through like a renaissance of mods for a while there, and then it kind of like died down. And then recently with the Spider-Man mods, with like the VR to some extent, with the Elden Ring mods, I feel like there's been like a resurgence of people coming back into the modding scene, even outside of like creation kits that have made modding easier. I'm not sure if it's just the popularity of a game or if it's like the ease of access to change files. I have no idea. I don't know what makes a game easily moddable, or is it just passion of a community, or is it like the way that they made the game that's easier just to tweak things and like re-imbue a skin to be with your assets and therefore it's easier, Lone Syndicate says, have a thumbnail of Cobalt with a shocked face with big font saying, breaking news. I want to do it. That's such a good thumbnail idea, Lone Syndicate. I'll prod you for more, but the only reason I don't, there's a thing with that within videos where, so basically you'll have a thumbnail that's really good, it's like, this is the thing with clickbait, like, unless, and I guess it kind of does make sense because there was breaking news. If I would have uploaded on Friday, I would have done that. That's such a good thumbnail for a video that if I uploaded on Friday and we talked about this week's bug of basically inventory being taken, that would have been great. But unfortunately, now that the things have died down and we're basically, it's all settled, it would be like, it'd be like news, but not breaking news. Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Yeah, I've always found it easier to come up with thumbnail things just like that. Like, whatever you're thinking of, like, what would be funny and clickable, but also kind of, because you need, that's the other thing. You need the video to be honest, because otherwise people will click on the video and realize that, like, the vibe of the video is not like, breaking news, holy shit, this is big time, do not log into the game. If it was just like, what's good, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with this week's breakdown of all the things happening in Tower of Fantasy, people would be like, this is not what I was promised. This is not some sort of like, holy fuck, panic, you know. Also, Red says, there were no mods to change the eye color of Aloy, so I made one. But I also plan to mod Crystal from Star Fox into Horizon Zero Dawn. Holy shit, that's a whole ass thing. Man, I'm waiting for the modding tools to improve. I was about to say, so is that a part of it as well, Red, that where like they slowly start sharpening their own tools and they give them to the modding community in terms of other modders? That's wild. That's the case. Bodhi says, okay, to recap, so far the show is about a teenage internet addict in prison-like environment. Okay, in a prison-like environment. Bodhi says it has nice visual features and shows the MC thoughts occasionally, and he tends to be a little edgy. Depressed boy. What is the name of it again? What is the name of this show? Evil or Live. Let me just see. All I ever need to see is usually like a thumbnail, and then I'll be like, oh, I've seen this before. I just don't know the name of it because I just watch Ambas. Let's click it. Let's see. Images. Okay, a little bit old. Looks a little bit aged. I think I seen in the imagery of it, I see a woman puking into a man's mouth. So, you know, rough. Okay. Huh. Looks a little gritty. Is it a horror show? Let's see. It's titled as... Oh, it doesn't actually say what kind of main character... Oh, there we go. Genre is psychological action. Okay. Those are the two modes it has. Neat. Actually, this is one of the few times I don't think I've seen this show. You found a different show that I have yet to see. Neat. Or even like anything. More like Prison School. I was about to say, yeah, Prison School to me is where I was going to be like, have you seen Prison School? And are you ready for an anime that is the most a lot an anime can be? It has a visual feature that shows the MC thoughts occasionally, and he tends to be a depressed boy. Evil or Live, more like a prison. Gotcha. Yeah. No, you have to let me know more about it, Bolton, when you get into it, because it seemed more of like a grittier kind of like I said, psychological. I'm not sure. I was picturing kind of like a comedy, especially with a name like Evil or Life. It makes it sound like a choice or whatever. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. I'm off to go make a thumbnail for today's video. Apparently there will be a video on Brothers Grin channel. I don't think there'll be a video on Monday, unfortunately, which I kind of don't like. I always like to have videos on Monday and Wednesday because those are the days that nothing really happens. But the reason why I can't do that is because Monday is not only a prep day, it's also where I'm going to try to make it so that the stream for Tuesday is going to go well, which is the VR stream. I'm going to try to make sure the audio is mixed well. I'm going to make sure I can play whatever game we have, hopefully with consistent stability, but... hopefully, again, I'm worried that maybe we're a little bit under the recommended CPU usage for playing VR games, which I thought we were pretty over, but I guess it's the VR stream test I did on Steam was a little older, so maybe it didn't really account for Half-Life Alyx, which I thought kind of bullshit. But yeah, also I gotta see if things are working properly. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully I can see you on Tuesday. We'll be playing all kinds of things. Also, expect to get Barrage on Monday, maybe. but or maybe Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday, maybe Wednesday, because I forgot to upload our past streams as VODs, so they are there. But yes, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Let me catch you one more thing. Red says I don't tweak some existing mods for personal use, and then provide those tweaks to the author to provide more options for that mod. That's amazing. That's incredibly sweet. Yeah, no wonder. I feel like Red very quickly has become such a crucial part of the modding community in such games like Elden Ring and stuff like that. That's probably exactly why. For the last, ladies and gentlemen, thank you kindly for your time. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Always love playing games with you guys. Hopefully I can continue to do so, and hopefully our Tuesday stream goes just as well as hopefully, or even better than, of course, our Friday stream, or whenever that was. I think it was Friday. Thank you so much, and goodbye.